So the Tampa Bay area continues to be a big destination in the film industry, and this year's Suncoast Credit Union Gasparilla International Film Festival is a perfect example of that. Joining me today to discuss some of the films featured are Hillsborough County Film Commissioner Tyler Martinulich. Did I say that right?
Martinulich.
There we go, Martinulich from the film Tampa Bay, along with directors David Lee Morey, and then we have Lynn Marvin Dingfelder, both of whose films were made right here in Florida, which again, we love to see and hear. We want more of this.
For sure.
So before we get to the two films that you guys are doing, let's talk about this festival, which back again, this is always one of the more popular festivals I think we have really in the state.
Yeah, no, we're in our 13th year, knock on wood, hopefully it's lucky 13. We had an amazing kickoff last night at the Tampa Theater. We're really one of the largest film festivals in the Bay Area. There's a bunch, of course, but you know, we like to say that we've been here one of the longest in the state. It brings an amazing amount of people. So we have about 15,000 people who actually attend every year the Gasparilla International Film Festival, and 20% of those have never been to the Bay Area before. So this is really their first time coming here to experience everything that's awesome about Tampa Bay.
Real quickly, if you can, of course it goes through the week, but I mean, what are the headliners? I know it always brings in big stars, big names. I mean, can you give us maybe a quick highlight?
Sure. I mean, last night we started off with Hummingbird, but we have amazing films all week long, and we're particularly proud. On Saturday, we have two films playing, one at 6 p.m. called Above the Best, which is a documentary about chopper pilots that were deployed in Afghanistan and had to go into some of the most unreal conditions to rescue soldiers on the ground. And we're doing a great thing with the military for that. But we also have a film playing later that night at 8 p.m. at AMC Ybor called Coldbrook. And we have both the director, William Fichtner, who many of you will remember from every film from Armageddon to so many different things. And also Kim Coates is also in it, who was in Sons of Anarchy and some other notable films. All
right, well, let's talk about the films that you two both are a part of. Let's start with you. So let's talk Mermaids. I love this. You did a documentary on the Weeki-Wachee Mermaids and everything happening there.
Yeah, I believe it's the first feature-length documentary made on the park.
Which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it is, because, I mean, there's film crews there every day, and they always do, minute segments, but I wanted to get in there and tell the story of the park, the history of the Roadside Attraction, and just this amazing magical effect the water has on the men and women who perform in the water, and the draw to come back.
Yeah.
That's it.
So when it airs, obviously, at the festival, what's the hope of where it goes after this?
Everywhere. I wanted to kick it off I showed it at Cannes last year at the Marche, and I wanted to bring it to the United States to premiere it in Tampa, where a lot of us know it intimately, so it's a tough crowd, I'm sure. But from here, I want to take it, around the city or around the country and see where it goes.
All right, sounds good. Well, now let's move on to the Cottages. Save Our Cottages. Tell me about this one.
It's a love story. It's about 3 women who are artists in Indian Rocks Beach.
Okay.
A friend told me, you have to meet these women. They paint cottages, and I expected to meet, 3 women with overalls and roller brushes. But in fact, they're plein air artists, meaning that they're old school, like the Impressionists. And they stand on the street. If you've driven in Indian Rocks Beach, you've probably seen them, and they're there with their easels and their paints, and they're painting beautiful pictures of cottages. But the story is deeper than that. They actually were worried because the bulldozers were coming and these historic cottages were being torn down for condos and hotels, and they didn't want Indian Rocks Beach looking like every place else. So they started painting the cottages just to preserve the images, and people fell in love with the paintings, and from that, you got this whole preservation movement that's lasted 20 years.
Wow.
So they've really saved cottages and created beautiful art.
All
so
thanks
it's a wonderful,
to art. I love it.
It's a real empowerment story. It tells people what they can do, what you can make a difference.
Okay, sounds good. Well, when can we see both of these films? I want to make sure that we
Saturday noontime at Centro Ybor.
Okay. And then again, what's the hope for you after this?
Well, I'm just starting. This is kind of a virgin experience for me. For the film festival we're at, I usually do PBS documentaries, so this is really interesting. So I'm hoping more film festivals, and also to create an awareness to empower people all over the country, so that if something's special in their community, they know that they can save it or preserve it.
I love it. I love it. And then when can we see yours?
I think I'm just after Saturday, 1:30. So see that and then come to me.
Okay.
And then again, because we mentioned Tampa Theater, that's where it kicked off last night. But then for the rest of the week, though, it's going to be...
It'll be at AMC at Ybor, but it's also, we have some screenings at the Bellagio and the Sundial over in St. Pete. So definitely pick up the program guide.
We'll make sure and put the website on our website as well, so the information is easy to find. We're going to see you again tomorrow. You're going to bring some other featured filmmakers as well. Thank you. We appreciate your time this morning. Good luck with everything, and we look forward to seeing where it goes from here.